countdown. Welcome, 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 everyone. We are doing a countdown to end our DV lottery journey. That means it is now going to be the last day of the application of the diversity visa lottery. How many minutes left? 10 minutes countdown left for us to be able to end. This is going to be a short live stream just to do a countdown and wishing each and everyone the best in your life. Those who have successfully been able to apply, good. I wish all the best for you to be among the winners. But there are those people who have failed to apply for one reason or the other. There are some people who have difficulties to apply. Maybe they didn't have the passport and it was difficult to get the passport in their countries. There are some people who, for one reason or the other, were not able to apply. Why? Maybe because they didn't have the photos of their children or their spouse, or for whatever reason. There are some. Right now, we are talking to you. Fewer minutes, they are just trying to apply, and the website is very, very slow. So for that particular case, they might not be in a position to apply. You can see 9 minutes exactly have left. So if we do a quick preview of the DV lottery application, this is what you are going to see when you go to do application. I'm going to do a quick preview of the form. The DV lottery application, you go to the dvprogram.state.gov. The application each year starts in the month of October until the month of November. When you do that, you will see the form. But when you see the front page, the form will be on the WEDI, which are green entry form, and it says begin entry. That is where the application form is. There will be instructions, photo examples, begin entry, check status. The check status is how you see the results. The same website you are using to apply for the diversity visa lottery is the same website you'll be using to check the results. And in order to check the results, you must have the confirmation number, the number which will be given when you finish applying. And then you need to have your last name and the year of birth to check the results. When you open that one through the beginning entry, you'll be able to see the application form. The form is into two major parts. The first part of the form is the form. Let me go and quickly show you. The first part of the form is the part which has personal information. That means your name. Part one is entrant information, the information of the main applicant. Your name, last name, all the names, gender, place of birth. You'll be able to see the city where you are born. You'll be able, remember, the city where you are born, you have to put exactly where you are born. And to make it easier, use what it is written on the passport. Don't confuse about do not enter district, county, province, or the state, because that confuses people. If, let's say, I was born, let's say I'm giving an example in this case, I was born in a city of Belton in the state of Missouri in the United States, I'm not supposed to put I was born in the state of Missouri. You have to put the city where you are born. So in the simplest way, put where you are born, exactly where you are born. Then you are going to put the country where you are born. The country where you are born is the country of eligibility, unless otherwise your country is not eligible to apply for the diversity visa lottery. So by default, the answer will be yes, because you are claiming eligibility based on the country of birth. Then there is a passport information. You have to put the passport which is valid, an expired passport. And the passport can be the passport book, or it can be, you can use the passport book, or it can be those temporary passports. They are both passports. They are both international passports. They are both allowed to travel outside your country. If you don't have the passport, don't apply unless otherwise you are stateless, or you are from communist country, or you have a waiver letter. But don't apply and waiting for the sympathy. You will be denied the visa. Putting a mistake on your passport, you will be denied the visa. Then you have to put the photo. We have been talking about the photo, requirements of the photos. You need to know the requirements of the photo. Then there is a mailing address where you are going to put the address. Remember, this is where you get the letter, where you get the mail. The mail, it means you get the letters or the address where you live, the physical address. Here in the United States, the mailing is where they are going to bring at your home. So put in the address. You can put the, if you can have the PO box, you can put the PO box, or care of the letter going through someone. Or you can put the address of where you live, street name and the house number. But this address means nothing. They are not going to send any documentation on that particular address. So go ahead and put any fake address, any address, imaginary address you have, put it there. Then the country of the address you put it there. Then the country where you live today. Today, where do you live? This has nothing to do if you live in the US that it will affect you or to give you any chance. Then the phone number is optional. You don't need to fill that one. The email address, electronic address, is the most important part of the application. You must put the address in a correct way. And then you have to go to fill the email address, the level of education, the level of education you have now, and the marital status. If you are unmarried, you put unmarried. If you are single, you put single. All those kind of things are very, very important for you to be able to consider those parts. If you say you are unmarried, there is no status is engaged. Boyfriend, girlfriend, there is no that status. And if your spouse is not a US citizen, you tick that one and you put the number of children. Whether the children are, you have a child, but you are not married, they don't care where marital status. They want the number of children. If you put, let's say, 2 children, you click continue on that application, it will go to another part, which is part 2 of the form. The part 2 of the form is called the derivative part. And on this part is going to put your spouse information. If you have more than one wife based on your tradition or religion, there is no 2 wives, 3 wives, it's only 1 wife or 1 husband. According to the US immigration, according to the US law, that is how it is. It's just polygamy not allowed. You put the information, you don't need to have the passport of your spouse. If you have to include the information in the photo, must match the photo of yours, must match the requirement. If you say you have 2 children, there will be children number 1 and children number 2. If you have 1 child, it will be 1 child. And the child must be under the age of 21, unmarried. And when you finish, you click continue, it goes that way. So that is a quick preview of the application form if you want to go through to see how it is. That's application form. If you have any question on that, let me know, and we'll be going through later to see how many people are making mistakes and what mistakes are important or not important will be able to affect you. 4 minutes left. So with the 4 minutes left, I wanted to go ahead and see what we can be able to see, all of us. 4 minutes left. There are questions here. There are questions from people. Question from Sakadi Haji. Hi, Mr. EBM. I want to know about vaccines. Is it mandatory? Yes, now vaccine is mandatory. COVID vaccine is mandatory for any person traveling to America. COVID vaccine is mandatory for any person getting green card, no matter whatever reasons you have. Whether you are in US, you are going to get adjustment of status, you must do the COVID test before you do the medical examination. And again, the same way applies if you are outside the country, you must get the COVID test unless otherwise you are in the category of getting the waiver like the situation where you are in the situation where you cannot be able to you are in the situation where you don't need, like your age doesn't require vaccine and all other kind of things. But COVID vaccine is mandatory for any person applying for the diversity visa lottery. If you win before you be given the visa, you must do that. Is it mandatory to use capital letters? Can I use to fill the capital letters? This is a question from Nana Manu on YouTube. Can you fill the form with the capital letters, or you must use the small letters? Personally, I prefer to use the capital letters. There is no preference. They don't care. Use capital letters or small letters. I prefer to use capital letters. The reason I prefer capital letters is because I don't get any mistake. Sometimes you want to write I or one, there are confusion if you are using small letters. So that's why I prefer capital letters myself. So there is no problem. You can use the small letters or capital letters when you are filling the DV lottery. I mean, application for the DV lottery. There is no any problem. So don't worry. You are good to go. If you use capital or small, as long as you don't make a mistake. Hi, IBM. This is a question from Philip Agbo. The question is, okay. Sorry, guys. The timer is already up. So I want to show you something. Okay, so already it is 12:01. What is the time now in New York? It's already the time. It's 12:01 right now. Right now it is 12:01 after 1 minute after. So let's try to open the this is when you open the DV lottery. Usually, as I say, it comes like this way. It shows you this is how it is. But let me try to open now the DV lottery application. DV lottery form. Boom. You cannot see the application anymore. You see, this one is disappearing. This one disappearing. It will not come back until October next year when the new application comes. Because now it is 12. So that's what I want to share with you right now. You cannot apply. The results will be able to see next year. So that is the quick update I want to share with you, and all the best, everyone.